16. Wisdom and the Home. June the 14th, 1955. Good morning, friends. We have seen in these past few weeks that the book of Proverbs speaks about wisdom. Its definition of wisdom is basically religious and practical rather than intellectual and bookish. And this wisdom, according to Proverbs 1 and all of Proverbs, is applied first of all in the home. It begins there. My son, verse 8 says, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. Wisdom is applied first of all in the home because the home is the basic institution of all of society. It's not the government. It's not the church. The fundamental Christian institution is the home, the family. And concerning their home and the duty of children, it is said in Scripture over and over again, honour thy father and thy mother. Honour, not obey. Obey is used, but obedience is a commandment for children. Honour is the lifelong commandment for every person. The time comes when our period of obedience is ended. We are commanded by Scripture to obey our parents, but the time comes when the period of obedience is ended and we are on our own. We ourselves become fathers and mothers in Christ. The obligation of obedience ends, but the obligation of honour is a lifelong one, lasting even unto death. Proverbs links two requirements closely. First of all, fear the Lord, and second, honour your parents. Here are two fundamental principles of Christian practice, of biblical commandment. The young men are commanded to honour their parents, to be obedient in the home. Then third, in verses 10 to 19, they are confronted with another situation. They leave the home for the world, for friendships, and they are urged, my son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. The world is full of temptation for the young man. When the young man leaves home, he steps from a world in which the Lord is honoured into a world where the Lord does not count, or a world in active disobedience to the Lord. We cannot avoid that. We cannot isolate ourselves from the world. In the early centuries, the hermits left the world and went out into the desert seeking to avoid temptation, seeking to avoid contamination. But when we read the accounts of the lives of the hermits, we find that their sins were often more grievous, more hideous, more depraved than almost anything in the accounts of Christian history. Because while we can leave the world, we cannot leave ourselves. And the root and source of our sin is our own souls. And to overcome that, we do not flee from the world, but we must be in the world, and yet not of the world. And our strength is this, to have that inner security which comes from the Lord. In verses 32 and 33, we are told this, the turning away of the simple shall slay them. That is, the men whose lives are open by turning away, work their own destruction. The prosperity of fools shall destroy them, but whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, or as a Revised Version has it, securely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. Our true security is in the Lord, and when we have that security, we have a strength which enables us to stand in a world of temptation, in a world where sinners entice us, in a world where men lay wait for blood and lurk privily for the innocent without cause. This is wisdom, to obey God and live according to His commandments. It involves the surrender to His greater wisdom and the trust in Him who does all things well and is able, for whom nothing is impossible. This is wisdom, that a man trusts God and strive to live in faithfulness to Him.